We're back at our sewing machine. We're ready to sew our quilt sandwich. I'm going to very gently just pull the whole thing over here. I'm letting the bulk of my fabric be out towards the left side of my machine. It can just rest there on the table or down the side. The right side, where I have all my pins and where the handles are peeking out there, that's the side I'm going to sew, just this one little side. I'm setting my machine for a straight stitch. And remember how we're going to keep our fabric lined up with the right edge of the presser foot. Now, as I get ready to sew, I have to lower my presser foot. So I take that little lever and make this foot go down. Remember, it goes up and down. When it goes down, it's holding that fabric in place. Now I can start my machine. I'm going to sew. And remember, I'm going to take a few little back stitches just so everything is nice and secure. Now I'm very close to this pin and my presser foot is holding everything down for me. So I'm going to take the pin out and set it safely to the side. Remember, I'm keeping my fingers back here in the safe zone. And I'm watching the right side and oh, I'm getting so close to this little pin. It's time to stop and pull out the pin, set him to the side. I'm ready to go again. I slowed it down just a little bit so that we could see. Keeping my eye on the right side, it's measuring up with the presser foot. I can see that the pin is getting close. I'm stopping. I don't want that pin to go into this sewing section because if the needle hits that pin, it can break the needle or the pin or both. Now that might not be a big deal. Maybe they're not expensive to replace, but it does take time to replace it. And the worst part is one of those little metal pieces could break off and fly up into your eye or your skin and cause a real injury. So we want to take out the pins before we get to the needle. And it's okay because our presser foot's holding our fabric in place. It's not going anywhere. Let's start again. My fingers stay back. I'm eyeballing the right side. I can see that I'm getting close to this second handle and another pin. And stop. Remove that pin and keep right on going. Now I'm nearing the end of this side of the fabric. I'm going to stop one more time just to remove this pin. And as I near the very edge and end of my fabric, remember I need to take that little back stitch just to secure the stitches in place. Now, you'll want to clip your thread. You may have to raise your needle in order to get to the threads to cut them. Mine cuts it automatically, which is kind of nice, but I like to pull that thread to the back anyway. Now let's take a look here. Oh yes. See, I have a nice straight seam. Let's put those two pieces together. I always check the back to make sure that I caught all of the fabric in there as well. That's a job well done. Now I'm going to turn the fabric around to the other side, the opposite side with the handles. And I'm just going to repeat everything I just did on this other short side of our fabric sandwich. So lower the presser foot first, take a few stitches and stop, reverse, and then sew forward, but keep an eye on the upcoming pin. Stop. We never want to sew over the pins. I'll continue this process sewing, stopping to remove a pin, remembering to keep my fingers in the safe zone, as well as my eye on the right side of my presser foot. Now, sometimes when I get to the very end of a part, I want to readjust my fabric just a little bit, especially if you're working on a big project and you have a lot of fabric hanging down off your machine. It can really drag on your sewing. So don't be afraid to kind of lift it up every little bit and readjust it if you need to. Now our short side is completed. We have 2 short sides. Now join me for the next section. We are going to be pressing our pieces in a different direction and then sewing the long sides. So come back for that. See you soon.